Hi guys, Ellie here. So it's a bit of a gloomy afternoon here, but we've got a bit of a break in the weather, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to be working on this garden bed here behind me. I have some impatiens that need planting. We got them as a free gift at a local nursery. So today I'm going to plant those out there and I'm going to add to them, but I'm going to use some of the stuff from our vegetable patch. Let's go take a look. Okay guys, so this is currently where we are in terms of the vegetable patch. And as you can see, some things have exploded and others are just progressing nicely. So there is quite a bit of work to still be done in the garden. I did not manage to put the compost on this area of the garden before Christmas, but it's okay. It didn't really affect anything too negatively, so they'll just get a little bit of a later boost than the rest of the garden. So that still needs weeding, but as you can see, our beetroot is coming up like crazy. We had poor germination on the carrots. That's okay though, because I have plans to interplant some lettuce, or at least I did up until I realized how full this garden actually was. And I still have stuff that needs to go in. I've got 2 tomatillos from my mom that I need to put in the ground. Anyway, I think let's just get into today's project. So the plan is, as you can see, underneath this eggplant here, I have a marigold. And over here I have a marigold. And over there I have a marigold. And I have another one over here and one over there. They are taking over. So I'm not angry about it. I'm going to take... I'm going to take this marigold out, the bigger of the 3, because I wanted to go in the garden bed with the roses. And I will take some of the volunteer marigolds from over here, just behind the bean, and just use that to fill in some blank spaces. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm under the bean now, and I'm just gonna harvest, I'm gonna say two little marigolds here. I know that I don't have to harvest these marigolds and move them. They could stay where they are, but some of them are just being squashed out anyway because other parts of the marigold are growing that much stronger. And if I can give them a better opportunity, why not? It costs me nothing to try this experiment, so I'm gonna do it. And chances are my garden will thank me for it, because this plant will have more place to grow, more space to breathe, and I'll have something pretty to look at in the rose bed, and the roses will have a little bit of a living mulch. Let's see how we go. Here's the space we're working with. As you can see, the roses that we pruned earlier, or last year, are doing really well, and the tomato we've planted, we've harvested all the tomatoes on the bottom, and as they ripen we remove them, and as they refruit we remove the excess leaves. So this is where we are currently with this bed. So the plan is to plant out these impatiens as well as the marigolds I've just removed from the vegetable patch, but I'm just going to plan it out quickly and then I'll start planting. It's looking like my first stop with this is to weed it as best I can. I know that I did scatter chaos plant some things, but I don't really know how much of that came up and I'm not willing to risk it. So I'm just going to weed through here quickly and then I'll carry on with the planning. Yes, I see you trying to eat my things. I like it, but I don't, so I'm adding more naturally. This needs a refresh. I'll plant it full of impatiens as well, and I'll plant this verbena out into the bed. You're already eating my stuff while I'm not looking.
You're going to plant some in those?
Yeah, I'm going to take these verbenas out and put them in the garden bed for something different, because these two color combo, the color combo makes me think this garden is going to look gaudy as all hell. And I don't know now if the solution is to make it more or make it less. Like, that's what I figured, right? So these are red and pink. It's kind of the color scheme. So yeah, we're just gonna go for it, I guess. So far I've managed to plant out this garden with some marigolds, the impatiens, and some verbena that was in this container over here. But I'm going to use this container now to house some of those impatiens as well. I've taken the second hanging basket and I'm going to plant out these pansies and the little bit of alyssum that's in here in this garden as well. Yes, it's a lot of plants, but it doesn't matter, they were all free anyway, so why not fill the space? Then in the space where this basket is, I'm going to plant out a tomato slip. So here we've got our tomato slip. I accidentally broke a branch off one of our pre-existing tomato plants, and Duncan put it in some water and it has rooted. And I've got my tomato slip that Duncan started for me, and as you can see, it's got some roots sprouting here. So I'm going to plant it into the ground fairly deep, probably to just above this node. Alright, tomato, may the odds be ever in your favor. Now I'm going to empty this hanging basket out and fill in any gaps that I can find. Right guys, so it started to rain. I've got to work quickly. Let's get these guys in the ground. Hey guys, so I'm finished in the garden bed and I'm just taking this stray little plant and I'm going to go and plant it in one of the open pots in the vegetable patch. I'm quite happy with the way the garden's turned out so far. We'll see how it develops. It is very densely planted, but it's okay. I like a full garden. Right, so I've got this pot over here that used to have a calendula in it. So I'm just going to pull the remnants of that out, put that in the worm box. And this oxalis, I'm just going to give this a bit of a tug. I'm not too worried about getting it all out. Again, the chickens really love it, so if I can just remove it so that it's not the greatest threat in the pot, that would be nice. So for the last few containers I've just moved around the back so that we can sit underneath the umbrella and buy ourselves a little bit of time while it rains. So I have this container that I just showed you. It is not all the way full. It is missing some soil, so what I did was I went around the back and I've got another container roughly this size full of soil, full of compost, and I'm just going to put it in here and mix it through, and then I'm going to plant this impatient, and I'm only going to plant one in this pot just in case it does grow into a larger plant. I've never really grown impatiens before, so this is a new experience. I did ask over on Instagram if anybody had any tips. and a couple people got back to me and they just said that impatiens like the shade, so I'm going to try and grow them here amongst the herbs in the slightly shadier area of the garden underneath the umbrella. So let me get to this. I'm also going to add compost to these hanging baskets. And in these two black hanging baskets, I'm going to be planting out my remaining 2 impatiens into those. So as you walk through the wooden door now, you will see hanging baskets of alternating colors of impatiens. Okay guys, let's go hang our baskets. Yeah, all in all, I don't think that looks too bad at all. It definitely will look very pretty if they do fill out those baskets. And that's the finished product of the garden bed. So we'll see once everything starts to fill out how that'll come along. Hey guys, so I just wanted to say thanks for hanging out with me today in the garden on my unexpected project of planting out the rose garden. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today in the garden. I know I enjoyed my time, so hope we see you on the next video. Bye guys.